Hi guys, it's T here. I'm here to talk about 5 travel businesses, things that you can do to actually make money in the travel industry, okay? Not to say that every business that makes money in the travel sphere is just about travel agency or tour operator. No, there are other things. Is event planning. You could actually take up the role of, as an event planner, you could actually visit destinations and explore opportunities whereby you can end up creating destination parties in such destinations. If you're offering these destinations such big groups, you can actually be negotiating with the hotels directly, with the airlines directly, for you to actually get yourself paid for this, funded through commissions, through so many ways as an event planner. The third one, social media influencer. This word is so overused, and I really contemplated with the idea of using it. But I think if I explain what I'm talking about, I would not be knocked on the head for using the word. The word influencer, as I said, is so overused now and so overrated that a lot of people actually think being influencer is enough for them to just get gigs. It's not enough. What are you offering? It's still about this value proposition. So if you want to get a free travel or even make money as a social media influencer, you need to be able to offer amazing content. You need to be able to offer your commitment. You don't expect the travel company that sponsored to be begging you, tag us, post this, post this, post this. You should be able to do it. What you don't know you're doing is you're actually exposing yourself to other travel companies who have just seen the amazing content you've created from X trip to be like, oh, we're going to sign her up for the next. But a lot of influencers really feel like, oh, I'm too big, I'm too this, and they end up, I would only post one thing a day on my page. You're doing yourself a disservice. I, as a travel owner, I want to see what you've done on a trip. It's like your CV, really. So if you're missing posting, why would I take you on a trip? And for all you know, that could be your opportunity to access countries with difficult visas, countries you've always dreamt of but you can't afford. You know, so many opportunities that you will miss just from you not getting the whole point here. Travel story writer. This is not necessarily just travel blogging. These are people that genuinely write travel stories, either through, you know, some people, they just soak themselves into some movies. For example, I've seen some writers, when they write about South Korea, you think they've been in there. And that's because they've watched so many K-dramas that they've soaked themselves into the culture. They can tell you about Seoul, they can tell you about Busan, about Jeju Island, they can tell you about the food, they can tell you that, oh, kimchi is the food to eat. They can tell you, oh, drink soju. They can tell you all the things about the country even though they've not been. Such people, you write beautiful stories about such countries. Travel company like the one we own, we would buy such from you and use it to promote the destination. Those are the kind of stories, not just you blogging that doesn't have head or tail. No, it's you giving full flesh, it's you transporting yourself. There's nothing stopping you from selling such stories, or even now, us now saying, for that story, we want to take you on this destination, to this trip. So now come back and compare the stories you've written, the one you wrote before going, plus the one you wrote after you came back. And the last one, well, I won't call it last one, I'll call it 5th. Even though I said 5, I'll say 6. So there's you now having your own travel company, you being a travel operator. Either you want to have a travel agency whereby you're getting paid in commission on tickets, or you want to be a tour operator whereby you bring all together. You bring the ticketing together, you bring the accommodation, you bring the tours, and then you give yourself a service charge for it. That is another angle. The 6th one, which a lot of people actually underestimate the importance and power, it's actually affiliate marketing. You are someone who is so lovable, so friendly, so bubbly, and you have access to humans. Why are you just there speaking and gisting with humans where you could be saying to them, let's go to this destination together? A lot of companies will pay you as much as 5% on commission for every person you bring. If you're taking 10 people, is it 10? I missed the maths. Is it 10? Yeah, 5% is 50. So 20 people will fund your trip. So these are conversations you could have with tour companies to say, I can get you 20 people and that's literally 5% times the 20 people, that's 100. That's your trip being paid for just by you using your social network. So if you're someone who is a people's person and you know that you can get people on trips, speak with NTT. We're always open to relationships. If you're a tour operator who is looking to get finer at what they do, you can always sign up to my university. I do trainings there. I do mentorship as well. I provide all sorts of services at the university, and it's on my website, the elizabethagboola.com. Also for travel story writers who are equally looking for where to get relationships, where they can get their stories bought and all, you can speak with us at NTT. These are things we're open to. We're always happy to work with photographers. We are always happy to see what you have, what stuff you've got, and how we can help you, you help us. It's all about the value proposition. So hopefully you've got something. Oh, I missed one more thing. Yes, you could actually be a seller. I missed that. If you're taking a trip to a country, it's important you actually search what the country needs. I mean, you could end up taking a trip to Jamaica, and shea butter is an essential thing in Jamaica. You could take in little quantities, because if you take in large quantities, you'll have custom problems. You could take in little quantities, set the contacts you need over there, and just start shipping to them. So you should actually start looking as well into what countries need, and then start to see how you can provide this to them through taking these trips to these countries. But as I said, you need to do it in little quantities, because if it's in a lot of quantities, the customs of the country would see it as tradable goods and you would have to pay custom duties for it. I'll share more as it comes and pops in my head, but that's it for now. Till then.